everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is what I've been making today. It's a hanging ornament. You can hang it on your tree or on your wall or anywhere that seems good to you, really. It's built on an MDF shape. MDF stands for medium density fibreboard. Did you know that? I didn't. I had to go and look it up. Which I got from, I think it got from eBay. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to tell you that later on. Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me. This is what I've been making today. It's a hanging ornament. Now this one happens to be made on an MDF shape. That's medium density fibreboard. In case you didn't know, I had to look it up. But you could, naturally, you could use a nice thick piece of chipboard or anything that you had convenient. Easy to do and lots of fun. Stay with me and I'll show you how I made it. These are the things that I'm using today. I have an MDF heart. Now I got this I think from eBay, just searched for MDF hearts and I got a whole lot of results. So this one is about 5 inches by about 5 inches, which is 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Yeah, you basically pick how many you want, what size you want, and yeah, away you go. So that's going to be my base. I'm going to cover it with a piece of Merry Music DSP. Love music paper. Love, love, love it. I'm going to use the Carols of Christmas stamps and real red ink. And then I'm going to use some ribbons. I'm going to use the striped ribbon, which is it's got a wired edge. It's really, really fun to play with, and some of this, which is absolutely gorgeous. We're just calling it real red solid ribbon, and do you know what, that name does not do it justice. Look at it, it is so shimmery, and it's almost like a very, very fine grosgrain, which kind of doesn't make sense because grosgrain means, like, you know, a very prominent weave, but yeah, that is lovely. That's real red. And I'm using some of the green sprigs embellishments and the mini ornament embellishment. I've glued the paper on to my MDF heart, given it plenty of time to dry, and I've just chopped my paper down to roughly the shape and size of my MDF piece underneath. I've got an emery board and I'm just going to work my way. Can you see that that is taking on the shape? So I'm just going to work my way all the way around my shape. And there it is. I've checked that the edges are all well adhered. Where necessary, I've put a little bit more adhesive underneath and pressed it back down again. And now I'm just going to pierce the hole, make sure I know where it is with my paper piercer. Okay, just to make sure I know where that is and I don't do anything stupid like stamping on top of it. I have my stamp mounted on my block and my real red ink. So I'm going to ink that up well, and I'm going to line this up towards the bottom of the heart shape, press down and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to allow the ink time to transfer, and there it is. To help me tie a bow, I'm going to use my bow making gadget. This is my bow making gadget. I bought it off somebody on eBay a very long time ago. It's a block of wood with holes drilled into the top of it and a couple of dowels that I can take out and replace in whichever of those holes I choose. Now there are lots of different versions of this kind of thing on the market. You can get ones that look like big combs with widely spaced teeth. Basically all you need are two fixed points that you can slide your ribbon off at the end. I've even used a fork for very fine ribbon. That works. Okay, so this is the way you use it. Now normally you would have it up like that, but if I do that you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to place it that way, and I'm going to struggle with it a bit, but believe me, it is much easier when you have it the right way up. So starting off with my length of ribbon behind my two posts, and I'm going to wrap the ribbon round it just like that. Alright, now if I wanted to make a double or triple bow, I would just wrap a few more times. I'm going to take this end and I'm going to pass it from the front to the back. So now I have that sort of shape. Okay, you with me so far? So now I'm going to bring that back to the front, and I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. I'm going to twist this one so that when I finish, my ribbon is, I got the pretty side on both sides. You see what I mean? Okay. And now I'm going to pull tight, and I'm just going to wiggle that about until I'm happy with it. This is the front of my bow. Okay. And it's resisting me a bit because it is wired edge, but that is what I wind up with. If I take that off, you can see that that is a very pretty bow. Let's start putting it all together. I've got a length of real red ribbon. It's about 18 inches, and I'm going to thread it, one end of it anyway, through the hole at the front of the heart. So this is going to be my hanging loop, and I'm also going to thread my little ornament on here as well. At least I am, if my ribbon will go through. Right, so I'm going to trim that to a very sharp point. Those are my ribbon scissors. You can tell because they've got a different embellishment on the end. Not the evil eye that I usually have on my paper snips. Okay, oh, this doesn't want to play at all. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to decide about where I want that. Okay, I don't want it right up against the top. Around about there. Looks good. So now I'm going to tie a knot into the top of my ribbon, just like that. So here is the bow that I made, and I've got my two green sprigs, and I'm just going to tuck them into the back of the knot like this. Okay, just push them in there firmly. And now bring back my heart, and I'm just going to put that evenly, and I'm going to put that where I want the ornament to just about land. Got my hot glue gun warming up here nicely, and I'm going to put a nice lump of glue just all along there. You see that? Sorry, I'm getting my hand in the way there. Just put a new stick in, and I'm trying to make sure it stays, and then that will go on top of that, like so. And once that glue has had time to cool down, and I've fluffed my bow a bit, So here it is. Here is my finished article, and I will confess that this piece of stamping here is not the piece you saw me do on the video. I smudged that bit. All right, didn't do a very good job of it, so I stripped off my paper, put another piece on, and did it again. Okay, so you might want to experiment with stamping before you put the paper on. I didn't do that because I was afraid that the moisture from the glue would smudge the ink. But you know, try it on a bit of scrap paper first and see how that works for you. But there it is. That is it for today. Hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.